Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Billie Holiday. With her unique voice, captivating stage presence, and unforgettable songs like God, Bless the Child, and Strange Fruit, Billie Holiday left an indelible mark on the world of jazz and beyond. But before she became a legend, Billie Holiday was Eleanora Fagan Goff, a young girl born on April 7, 1915, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to Sadie Fagan, a teenage mother. As we explore the early life of Billie Holiday, it's essential to understand the historical context that shaped her formative years. The United States was on the cusp of the Harlem Renaissance, a cultural and intellectual movement that would see African American artists, writers, and musicians push against the boundaries of racism and segregation. The Great Migration, which saw hundreds of thousands of African Americans leave the rural South for urban centers like New York City and Baltimore, was also underway, bringing with it a rich cultural heritage that would influence Billie's music. Billie's early life was marked by hardship and instability. Her father, Clarence Holiday, a jazz guitarist, was largely absent from her life, and her mother struggled to make ends meet. In 1918, Sadie moved to Baltimore, Maryland, where she found work as a maid, leaving Billie in the care of her half-sister, Eva. This early separation would have a lasting impact on Billie's emotional well-being and inform her later music. As a young girl, Billie attended public schools in Baltimore, including the all-black Lombard Junior High School. However, her education was cut short when she was sent to the House of the Good Shepherd, a Catholic reform school for troubled girls, after being caught skipping school. This experience would prove pivotal in shaping Billie's future, as it was during this time that she began to develop her singing voice. The House of the Good Shepherd, located on the outskirts of Baltimore, was an imposing institution with stone walls and iron gates. Despite its strict rules and harsh discipline, the school provided Billie with access to music education, which would become her salvation. She spent hours singing in the school's choir, where she developed her unique vocal style, blending elements of jazz, blues, and gospel. In 1928, at the age of 13, Billie left the House of the Good Shepherd and moved to New York City to live with her mother. The city was a hub of creative energy, with jazz clubs like the Cotton Club and the Savoy Ballroom, showcasing some of the most talented musicians of the time. Billie's mother found work as a maid in Harlem, where they settled into a small apartment on 140th Street. As we explore Billie's early life, it becomes clear that her upbringing was marked by both hardship and resilience. The historical context of her early years, the Roaring Twenties, the Harlem Renaissance, and the Great Migration, all contributed to the rich cultural tapestry that would inspire her music. From the streets of Baltimore to the jazz clubs of New York City, Billie's journey was shaped by the people, places, and experiences that surrounded her. As we set the stage for Billie's remarkable journey, it's time to move on to the next chapter in her extraordinary life. As we pick up Billie's story, it's the 1930s, and she's a young singer trying to make a name for herself in Harlem's vibrant music scene. She begins performing at local jazz clubs, including the famous Cotton Club, where she's discovered by John Hammond, a prominent talent scout. Hammond is instrumental in launching Billie's career, introducing her to influential musicians like Benny Goodman and Artie Shaw. In 1933, Billie records her first song, Riffin' the Scotch, with clarinetist Benny Goodman. This marks the beginning of her prolific recording career, which would span over 2 decades and produce some of the most iconic jazz songs of all time. Her unique vocal style, which blends elements of jazz, blues, and gospel, quickly gains attention from critics and audiences alike. One of Billie's earliest successes comes with her rendition of What a Little Moonlight Can Do, recorded in 1934, with the Teddy Wilson Orchestra. This song showcases her remarkable ability to interpret lyrics and convey emotion through her voice. Her phrasing, tone, and delivery are all characterized by a sense of intimacy and vulnerability, which sets her apart from other singers of the time. As Billie's popularity grows, so does her reputation as a bold and unapologetic performer. She becomes known for her expressive stage presence, often wearing elaborate costumes and hairstyles that reflect her African American heritage. Her music also begins to address themes of social justice, particularly in songs like Strange Fruit, which she first performs in 1939. Strange Fruit is a haunting protest song about lynching, written by Abel Meeropol under the pseudonym Lewis Allen. Billie's rendition is a masterpiece of subtlety and restraint, conveying the horror and outrage of the lyrics through her nuanced vocal delivery. The song becomes an anthem for the civil rights movement, cementing Billie's status as a powerful voice for social change. Throughout the 1940s, Billie continues to push boundaries with her music, experimenting with new styles and collaborating with innovative musicians like Dizzy Gillespie and Thelonious Monk. Her iconic performances at Carnegie Hall, including a legendary concert in 1946, solidify her position as one of the leading jazz singers of her generation. As we explore this pivotal period in Billie's life, it becomes clear that her artistry is deeply rooted in her experiences as a Black woman in America. Her music reflects the joys and struggles of her community, from the exuberance of God Bless the Child to the poignant longing of Don't Explain. Through her songs, Billie gives voice to the hopes and fears of a generation, leaving an indelible mark on the world of jazz. As the 1940s drew to a close, Billie's life began to unravel. She struggled with addiction, particularly to heroin, which had become a crutch for her amidst the pressures of fame and the racial tensions she faced. Her relationships suffered, including her marriage to Jimmy Monroe, and her health began to decline. Despite these challenges, Billie continued to perform and record music, often producing some of her most poignant work during this period. One notable example is her 1956 album, Lady Sings the Blues, which features heartfelt renditions of jazz standards like God Bless the Child and Don't Explain. The album's title track, also called Lady Sings the Blues, is a powerful autobiographical song that showcases Billie's ability to convey vulnerability and resilience through her music. This album would become one of her most beloved works, cementing her status as a jazz legend. Throughout the 1950s, Billie faced numerous challenges, including racism, financial struggles, and health issues. She was arrested for narcotics possession in 1947 and served time in a federal prison in West Virginia. Upon her release, she was forced to perform in smaller venues and struggled to regain her former glory. Despite these obstacles, Billie persevered, continuing to sing with passion and conviction. In the late 1950s, Billie's health began to decline more rapidly. She suffered from cirrhosis of the liver and heart disease, which made it increasingly difficult for her to perform. Her final performance took place at the Phoenix Theater in New York City on May 25, 1959. Just a few months later, on July 17, 1959, Billie Holiday passed away at the age of 44, leaving behind a legacy that would continue to inspire generations of musicians and fans. Today, Billie Holiday is remembered as one of the most influential jazz singers of all time. Her music continues to be celebrated for its emotional depth, technical mastery, and unflinching honesty. Artists like Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, and Amy Winehouse have cited Billie as a major inspiration, and her songs remain staples of the jazz canon. As we conclude the story of Billie Holiday, it's clear that her life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Despite facing unimaginable challenges, she continued to create music that transcended her circumstances, speaking to something deeper and more universal in all of us. Her legacy serves as a testament to the power of art to overcome adversity and to the enduring spirit of a true jazz legend. And that's the story of Billie Holiday, a woman whose voice continues to captivate audiences around the world. Thank you for joining me on this journey through her remarkable life. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.